my dear friend. My name is Juan Carlos Pivaral Trejo. I want to invite you to join me as we study a powerful memory verse found in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 7. Remember your leaders, those who spoke the word of God to you. Consider the outcome of their way of life and imitate their faith. My dear friend, God bless.
When we think of Joshua, we often imagine the fearless warrior who led Israel to conquer the promised land. Yet behind the victories, the walls that fell, and the battles won, there was a heart marked by humility. Joshua's greatness was not found in his strength, but in his submission. Before he became a leader of armies, he was a servant of Moses. Before commanding soldiers, he learned to obey. Before speaking to the people, he listened to the voice of God. His humility was not weakness, it was the foundation of his strength. True heroes of faith are not those who seek to be admired, but those who seek to be faithful. Joshua never fought for recognition, he fought for obedience. His leadership was born in silence, in the shadows of service, and in the school of patience. He learned that before one can lead others to victory, one must first let God lead the heart. Welcome. My name is Augusto Palacios, and this is Studying the Lesson. Wednesday, November 19th. A humble hero. The book of Exodus chapter 33 verse 11 offers a glimpse into the essence of Joshua's character. The Lord spoke to Moses face to face, as a man speaks to his friend. And he would return to the camp, but his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, did not depart from the tabernacle. That small detail reveals a great truth. Joshua's heart was more drawn to God's presence than to human applause. While others returned to the camp, Joshua stayed near the place where God spoke. Long before leading armies, he learned to stay close to the presence of the Almighty. Joshua's humility was not ignorance of his calling, but awareness of his dependence. When Moses died and God told him to take the lead, Joshua did not rush forward with confidence in himself. Instead, he trembled. That's why the Lord said to him repeatedly, "Be strong and courageous," in book of Joshua chapter 1 verses 6 to 9. God was not reminding him of his bravery, but of his reliance on divine strength. True courage does not come from the absence of fear, but from the presence of faith. The Adventist Bible Commentary observes that Joshua's leadership style was characterized by a deep reverence for divine authority and a willingness to obey without question. Unlike many leaders who seek control, Joshua sought guidance. He led not from pride, but from surrender. Each victory in his story, from Jericho to Ai, from Gibeon to Hazor, was born not of strategy, but of submission. He sought God's counsel before every campaign, and when he failed to do so, the consequences reminded him that human wisdom can never replace divine direction. Humility was Joshua's invisible armor. While other nations glorified their kings for power and conquest, Israel glorified a leader who bowed before his God. His greatest moments were not when he raised his sword, but when he fell on his face in worship. That posture defined his success. When the commander of the Lord's army appeared before him, Joshua chapter 5 verses 13 to 15, Joshua did not boast of being Israel's general, he bowed and removed his sandals. True heroes recognize that they fight on holy ground. This same humility allowed Joshua to recognize that leadership is service, not superiority. He was not the owner of Israel's victories, but the steward of God's promises. Each triumph belonged to the Lord, and each mistake became an opportunity to return to Him. Unlike many rulers who build monuments for themselves, Joshua built altars for God. His legacy was not carved in stone but written in the obedience of a people who saw in him a living example of faith and surrender. Humility, then, is not silence or passivity, it is strength under divine control. It means acknowledging that every gift, every talent, every victory comes from God. Joshua's humility teaches us that God entrusts great responsibilities to those who don't seek greatness for themselves. The most powerful leaders are those who know how to kneel. The highest crowns in heaven will belong to those who first learn to bow on earth. In a culture obsessed with recognition, Joshua's life invites us to rediscover the power of humble service. True leadership begins not on platforms but in prayer, not in commanding but in listening. When we live in dependence on God, He exalts us in His time and for His purpose. As Jesus said, "Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." Book of Matthew chapter 23 verse 12. Joshua's story reminds us that humility is not only a virtue, it is the mark of divine presence. Those who walk humbly with God can face giants, cross rivers, and bring down walls, because their strength does not come from self-confidence, but from communion. Joshua was a hero not because he conquered nations but because he let God conquer his heart. Follow me on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and X. Sunday through Friday, I post 2 daily questions at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. designed to deepen reflection and strengthen our spiritual walk. Your participation and comments always enrich our study.